Hi, my name is Dr. Finsker. I teach Accounting 6475, which is Advanced Accounting Information Systems in the SOAEP, Executive Programs, in the fall. Advanced AIS is broken down into 3 different segments, actually kind of 2.5. The first part of the class we talk about the importance of data. So as I say, data is the lifeblood of any organization. You think, well, isn't that like a techie thing? Is that a computer science type of thing, or ITOM? No, it's really an accountants. As I tried to explain to students in the class, accountants are really the gatekeepers of any organization's data. Okay, because they have to be able to process it and make sense of it, and again, so management can have that. And AIS in general is a support system, and unless you're a CPA firm, accounting is a support type profession. We provide hopefully useful information to management and outsiders, such as investors and creditors and government agencies, in order to make decisions about those companies. So we play a supporting but a very important role. AIS is a big part of that in terms of, would you have an effective AIS or not? Is your data corrupted? Is it inaccurate? People make wrong decisions based on it. We are the ones to blame, not the computer scientists in that case. Okay, and we have been. So the first chapter we talk about in terms of the first segment of the class is about information security. As we talk a lot about breaches, which certainly have been a popular topic among businesses and governmental organizations around the globe, been a major issue. 2014 was named the year of the breach. It was there's so many of them that occurred. And again, there's a lot of data, a lot of sensitive data that's getting out there. What do we do about that? What are the risks? Okay, where do we add value in terms of accountants? Well, we add the value with what we're really trained on, and that's internal controls. Know something about accounting and how businesses work, and know something about IT and how that works in order to be able to protect the underlying data. Then we move on to talk about the privacy of data, which is obviously there's an overlap of that with security. Is there data that's being leaked out? What type of controls or practices can we use? And we talk about the other gap, generally accepted privacy principles, as a really good framework that's out there to help keep data private and or confidential. Then we move on to talk about the processing integrity and availability of the data. So do you always believe what you see in the data? Is it the output that's important? Or should you always consider the input or source of that data, as well as where it's processed and how it's processed and where it's stored? And we put all those things together and conceptually decide, this is a really important picture of any organization that we need to be able to have. And we talk about disaster recovery, business continuity, and so on, which are also very increasingly popular CPA exam questions for those of you interested in that. The last chapter associated with that we talk about is XBRL, which is an operational part of the prior 3 chapters to put it all together. Here's an example of something, of technology that can deal with processing integrity of the data, make it always available, private as well as secure. Then we move on to talk a little bit about databases in terms of the storage of data. And given big data, data analytics, buzzwords that are out there and really important, in your job as forensic accountant, we're going through a lot of data. How's it being stored? We spend a lot of time talking about relational databases, but there's others that are out there that can do the job. There's spreadsheets that are out there. Well, how important are spreadsheets? Well, they have their limitations. Even though Excel is used all around the world, databases can be used and should be used for a lot of the type of jobs that are being done that people and companies are trying to use spreadsheets for. And our last 3 chapters wrap up the course by talking about various systems analysis and planning and implementation issues. So you might be surprised at the amount of money, the millions in some jobs, hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars of failed IT projects and implementations because of a variety of factors. And so we're going to talk about those factors and what companies can do and where we as accountants can add value to this process, because it is a huge growing business, not just for the firms that are out there, but for individuals that, again, know something about how business operates and knows something about IT. So that's Accounting 6475 in a nutshell. I hope to be able to see you in my class.